When I was a Christian apologist, I used to wonder why individuals like David Wood and Nabil Qureshi and all the different missionary organizations were so obsessed with Dearborn, Michigan. Missionary organizations routinely fund missionaries to go into Dearborn, to live in Dearborn, to infiltrate masjids in Dearborn. David Wood and Nabil Qureshi are very infamous for the Arab Festival incidents that took place in Dearborn, where their bigotry caused the Arab Festival to be shut down, something that they had nothing to do with religion or theology. And I can even recall being in Dearborn at a missionary conference, and they were talking about doing a walkthrough through Dearborn and whatnot. And I openly said to them, there are other Muslim communities in Southeast Michigan. In fact, there's some Black Muslim communities I could take you to in Detroit, in Highland Park. They were completely and totally uninterested at all. Didn't want to do it. And since that time, I've just thought about this. Like, why do they have this attitude? They don't want to talk to Black Muslims, but they're obsessed with Dearborn and Arabs. Well, there was an incident involving George Saig, who's good buddies with David Wood and Sam Shimon, also a patron of theirs. He took some of his followers and went on to a masjid in Canton, Michigan. It's heavily populated with Southeast Asians, Pakistanis, and Indians. They had the nerve to protest outside of the masjid as if that's going to make people be Christians. And they were invited inside to speak to the imam. So they went inside to speak to the imam. Well, they were in for a big surprise. Turns out the imam of that masjid was Black. A very well-known scholar, Sheikh Suleiman Ali. And according to George Saig himself, an apostate from Islam, he whooped their butts. Debate-wise. And they regretted going there. So see, they only want to go into environments where they're not going to be challenged too much. And they see Black Muslims as too much of a challenge to them. They want to go around cultural Arab Muslims. And then there's one more piece of the puzzle that I didn't realize until later. Is how much money these missionary organizations get for targeting places like Dearborn. They're not going to get any money for going to Black masjids. White Christians are willing to cough up millions to target Arabs.